Student friends, in last extra period, we completed topic number 3, that is antenna and radio wave propagation. Today, we are going to start with topic number 4, that is radio receiver and television. Friends, almost all we are well aware with the radio receiver, means radio, where we are receiving the audio signal which is coming from radio transmission center. The radio transmission center may be AM or FM, maybe the AM station or it may be a FM station. We are listening those stations regularly. You may be knowing about पुणे आकाशवाणी केंद्र, सोलापुर आकाशवाणी केंद्र, सांगली आकाशवाणी केंद्र in the form of AM as well as FM. AM means amplitude modulated radio stations. FM means frequency modulated radio stations. All those are the signal transmitted by them. We are going to listen on our radio in our home. We are listening songs, we are listening news, we are getting the information only in the audio form, and that is on radio receiver. Second one is a television. Everyone is get acquainted with the television. Everyone is having television set in their room and they are watching the television in the form of audio as well as video signal information. We are going to study details of radio receiver and also the television communication in the forthcoming articles of topic number 4, radio receiver and television. We are going to proceed to complete that particular topic with our lecture plan. At the beginning, we will introduce our topic, which almost all we have introduced it, under the title Radio Receiver and Television, where we are going to study the audio signal communication and audio as well as video signal communication. Audio signal communication on the radio and audio video communication on the television set. So details of that we are going to study in forthcoming sub-articles. We are going to begin with what are the characteristics of the receivers. Which receivers we can say better receiving ability. Those has to possess some peculiar characteristics. Those we are going to study under the title known as receiver characteristics. Then we are going to study two receivers in the form of the block diagram. One is AM super heterodyne receiver and second one is FM super heterodyne receiver. After that, we are going to start with the television topic. There we are going to discuss how the picture is going to be gets formulated on a television screen, meaning of synchronization, meaning of scanning, meaning of composite video signal, meaning of vestigial sideband, which I already studied in the topic modulation and demodulation when we have studied the concept of DSB, SSB and VSB. VSB is vestigial sideband. Once again we are going to view that. After that, we are going to study the good picture qualities so as to get the nice picture on the television. At last, we are going to study the block diagram of monochrome television receiver and also the color television receiver. So this is our lecture plan with which we are going to proceed to complete our fourth topic, namely radio receiver and television. Let me introduce the topic. When we have studied the first topic, and in that, when we have studied the general block diagram of communication, there we have studied that the block diagram consists of a transmitter, channel, a receiver. In that particular diagram, we have studied the transmitter, where we have studied the modulation. Then we have studied the channel, where we have studied the skywave communication, tropospheric wave communication, ground wave communication, space wave communication. So those waves are carrying the signal through the channel. That aspect we have studied. Now we are going to study the meaning of receiver from that particular block diagram. As already stated you in that while studying that particular block diagram, and that is receiver is used to recover the original information transmitted by the transmitter whose frequency is tuned to the transmitter. Meaning thereby, receiver is always tuned with the transmitted frequency. And the role of receiver is to recover the original information from the modulated wave, from the transmitted wave. Maybe it is AM modulated or it is FM modulated. The receiver makes use of a detector circuitry that detects the original information from the modulated wave. We have studied the ratio detector and also the envelope detector to separate original information from the FM modulated wave and also the AM modulated wave. The process of detection, demodulation is performed in the receiver where the original information is separated. Original information is bifurcated from the modulated wave, and this receiver is always tuned with the transmitted frequency. In transmitter, signal is suitably modulated by the carrier wave, which you already studied. The type of receiver required for reception is going to depend on operating frequency, type of modulation, and modulating signal. Means which kind of receiver is to be used? It is going to depend upon the frequency transmitted by the transmitter, what type of modulation it is used, and the modulating signal. These are three factors which are going to decide to choose and design a proper receiver to be tuned to the transmitter and bifurcate the original information from the modulated wave. Type of modulation includes whether it is a AM modulation or FM modulation or whether it is a digitally modulated signal that will decide to choose the type of the receiver. The receiver receives low level signal along with unwanted signal. Means the original signal is received by the receiver along with the noise. Unwanted signal is noise. It selects the desired frequency by neglecting the unwanted frequency. Means in a receiver, noise is reduced, unwanted signal is neglected, and wanted signal is passed at the destination. In receiver, it demodulates the received signal to recover the modulating signal. Means modulating signal, meaning thereby original information is obtained by demodulating the modulated wave in the receiver. In short, we can say receiver is always in tune with the transmitted frequency. In a receiver, demodulation process that takes place. Within a demodulation, it recovers the original information, that is a modulated wave, which is required to be produced at the destination. And this is the main function done by means of a receiver. Two types of the radio receivers are used in practice. One is tuned radio frequency receiver. Second one is a super heterodyne receiver. At a high frequency, TRF receiver has some difficulties. Means tuned radio frequency receiver has some difficulties. High gain radio frequency amplifier causes instability and suppression of oscillating frequency is not possible. If the gain of RF amplifier is high as far as tuned RF receiver is being considered, then it is very difficult to suppress the carrier frequency, means oscillator frequency, which is not possible in tuned RF receiver. As far as TRF is being considered, tuned RF receiver is considered, it has a variation of bandwidth over a tuned range, means bandwidth varies within the tunable range of frequency. These are avoided in super heterodyne receiver. Why TRF radio receiver is replaced by the super heterodyne receiver? The reason behind that is, in TRF receiver, bandwidth varies with the tuned range of frequency, and also suppression of carrier wave is difficult because of high gain of RF amplifier. These two problems are avoided in super heterodyne receiver. So that's why nowadays, to transmit the signal either in the form of AM or in the form of FM, which is detected mostly by making use of super heterodyne receiver rather than tuned radio frequency receiver. Friends, let me study the receiver characteristics. What are the good characteristics of receiver? The measure of performance of receiver is necessary to evaluate the merits of circuit design and also to indicate usefulness of receiver under any operating conditions. Means the performance of the receiver is to be measured and is to be evaluated, and the measurement of performance of receiver or evaluation of performance of receiver is done on the merits of circuit design, and usefulness of that particular receiver under any operating conditions. It gives idea about good design. Means receiver characteristics are going to give you the ideas for good design of a receiver. The measurement of performance of receiver, which are used to evaluate the merits of circuit design and also to indicate the usefulness of receiver under any operating condition, it gives the idea of good design. For that particular purpose, the receiver characteristics are necessary. The first characteristic is sensitivity of receiver. Sensitivity is a measure of ability to receive the weak signal. Means the receiver should be designed in such a way that it is capable to receive the weakest signal arriving at its input. No doubt it is going to receive the strong signal. No doubt about that. But it should be designed in such a way that it is capable to receive the weakest signal. As a receiver receives the weak signal, amplifies it and converts it into its original modulating signal, A gain of receiver determines the sensitivity. Means a receiver has the ability to receive the weak signal, to amplify it and convert it into modulating signal, means to detect it. To do this, gain of receiver plays the very vital role in determining its sensitivity. Sensitivity of receiver means it is ability of receiver to receive the weak signal. For FM receiver, it is input carrier signal modulated to 30% of modulating signal of 40 Hz when applied to antenna terminal of receiver produces standard output when receiver controls are positioned to the maximum output. Means sensitivity of AM receiver, it input carrier signal of 30% modulated signal with 40 Hz is applied to the antenna receiving terminal. If the receiver is capable to receive such a 30% modulated signal, then we can say it is a better receiver, better AM receiver. But for FM receiver, it is the input carrier voltage frequency modulated by 40 Hz signal to produce a deviation of 22 kHz, that is 30% of permitted deviation of 75 kHz required to get the standard output at receiver points when all receiver control are positioned at its maximum output. Almost all same concept is being used for AM receiver for defining the sensitivity, also for the FM receiver. In general, sensitivity of the receiver is nothing but its ability to receive the weakest signal is called as the sensitivity of receiver. In general, sensitivity means the output upon input. Deflection per unit volt is called as sensitivity. But here, it is ability of receiver to receive the weakest signal is called as the sensitivity. It is valid for FM receiver as well as it is valid for the AM receiver. The standard output is of receiver is 500 milliwatt, giving undistorted output of 1 watt. For receiver with undistorted power less than 1 watt, the standard output is 50 watt. Sensitivity lies in a range of few microvolt or below 1 volt. In decibel, it is 1 milliwatt in power. Now, second parameter is selectivity. Selectivity, it is the capability to pick up desired signal after rejecting all signal. Means input signal received to the receiver is along with the noise. Along with this, some another signals are also present. But a good receiver is going to reject the unwanted signal. It is going to receive only desired signal. Its ability to pick up the desired signal and reject the unwanted all signal is known as selectivity. It depends upon the frequency of receiver circuit. Means selectivity is going to depend upon frequency of receiver circuit. A resonance circuit with high quality factor Q is more selective than the low quality factor. In a receiver circuit, the resonating circuitries are used. That resonating circuitry must be such that it should have high quality factor so that it is capable to reject unwanted signal and receive only wanted signal. So that's what it is called as the selectivity. Again, I will define selectivity. It is the capability of receiver to pick up the desired signal and reject all unwanted signal. Next parameter is fidelity. It is the ability of receiver to produce correct different modulating frequency component as its input signal. It is ability to receive and produce correctly different modulating frequency component as at its input. So that is known as fidelity. The last parameter is signal to noise ratio. It is the ratio of signal power to the noise power at the receiver input, and it is given as signal to noise ratio equal to MA into E0 upon En. MA is the output power, MA is the modulation index, EO is the output power, and En is the noise signal. It is a noise signal and it is output signal. Output signal upon noise signal, it is called a signal to noise ratio. Signal to noise ratio should be more so that the signal will be more and the noise will be less. To reduce the noise, this ratio should be kept as high as it is possible. Friends, these are the four characteristics must be associated with the receiver so that it is going to act as perfect receiver. Almost all the working of receiver are measured by using the four parameters, four characteristics. One is sensitivity, second one is selectivity, third one is fidelity, and fourth one is signal to noise ratio. After knowing the characteristics of receiver, we are going to study meaning of super heterodyne principle, which is required to understand the super heterodyne receiver. Almost all super heterodyne receiver uses super heterodyne principle. It is a principle used in RF receiver in which two frequencies will beat with each other to produce the original two frequencies, their sum of frequency and their difference of frequency. The difference of frequency is known as intermediate frequency, which is used for further analysis. In general way, we can say that when two input frequencies are provided to the receiver, it produces two original frequency as it is F1 and F2. It also produces sum of their frequency and it also produces the difference of their frequency. The ability of receiver to produce all four frequencies, but for input only two frequencies are applied. Let me suppose F1 and F2 are the two frequencies which are applied to the receiver. At the output, it produces F1, F2, F1 plus F2 and F1 minus F2. The F1 minus F2 is a difference in frequency, and this difference in frequency is called as intermediate frequency, which is required for further analysis of the signal in the receiver. It is a principle in which that produces original two frequency plus sum of frequency and also the intermediate frequency as a difference of two frequency. That principle we can call it as it is super heterodyne principle. This principle is used in almost all the radio receivers which we are going to study, that is known as AM super heterodyne receiver and also the FM super heterodyne receiver. Hereafter, we are going to study the block diagram of AM super heterodyne receiver and also the FM super heterodyne receiver, which we are going to see in the next period.